I want to thank the listeners and viewers of InfoWars. And on this Thanksgiving and this Black Friday that's coming up, we're going to extend free shipping store-wide to people specifically that have the promo code FREE.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex Jones via the telephone. Paul Joseph Watson is hosting via video uplink from London, England. He has a very informative guest joining him here in about 4 or 5 minutes. The reason I'm on the broadcast today is we keep warning people the Democrats are raising money to do recounts in only states Donald Trump won. Jill Stein of the Green Party is raising money from top Democratic Party donors to only do recounts. She says it's not to overturn the election. She says it's for voting integrity. That is a complete bald-faced, naked, transparent, insulting lie that a 5-year-old could figure out. There were at least 5 states that Hillary won in smaller margins than Trump won the states they're trying to recount, like Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and others. So I'm going to explain that again very, very slowly and very, very clearly so the Democratic listeners can understand it. Now, I'm not being sarcastic. Jill Stein is not doing a recount anywhere but in Trump states that he won by narrow margins. We have had the top Democrat, top liberal, documented election fraud expert on, Bev Harris, saying that Hillary clearly stole 5 states from Trump. No one wants to look at those states. Now, they always said, oh, my gosh, there's no election fraud, but if Trump wins, it's the Russians. Are they preparing to try to come out and say the Russians stole the election? Now, folks, they've got top Democrats have given $7 million the last 2 days. CNN on their front page earlier had the graphic in different articles saying she won. So this is a bare minimum to discredit Trump and then activate the Black Lives Matter, communist George Soros groups that are all over the streets. We've got 8 cops shot and killed in the last 10 days. We've got 4 or 5 of them shot just the last 2 days. We've got a whole bunch of them injured. I mean, the numbers are so high, I can't even keep track of them. This is all part of a destabilization program with butthurt, mentally ill, weirdo, anti-Americans who actually think George Soros and Hillary and the globalists are there to help her. And Obama doubling black unemployment are there to help them. I told you last Saturday, I was in the liberal area of Austin and had a guy walk right by on video. I was doing a Facebook mentions out in the parking lot and said, F you, Alex Jones. Then I go inside. I walk out. A guy follows me out in front of witnesses. And I didn't videotape it because it was so shocking. I didn't think to pull my phone out. And he brandishes his firearm on his side, bowing up to me. And the attacks are happening all over the country. These people really, really do mean business. This is so incredibly important. Now, if anybody ever doubted how real Donald Trump is, there's now a Channel 9 New York TV piece from 9/11, 15 years ago, that surfaced of Donald Trump talking about bombs in the buildings, and only bombs could bring it down. Now, I was told by folks close to Trump that he knows everything about 9/11. One of them's Dr. Corsi. He's on record. I can say his name. They've worked together for 40 years. Obviously, Corsi was involved in intelligence, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And he tells me Trump knows, quote, everything and beyond. Well, I've talked to Trump on air and off air, and I'll leave it at that, and he does know basically as much as I do or more. That's why he let Jeb and all of them know, look, you're in bed with the Saudis. You stood down on 9/11. There was a anti-globalist intelligence coup against them through WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks was going to release the hardcore evidence of child pedophilia even more if Hillary stole it. That's why when she tried to steal it that night, they told her, stand down, Trump's won. You already stole 5 states. It didn't work. Don't try it. But the plan to challenge him, even though Hillary has stood down, has now moved forward. That's one problem with now Assange not being on the radar and Assange not releasing a lot of new information. Everything I was told behind the scenes is now clicking that they haven't given up, folks. They were playing possum, and the attack is back on. I'm going to come into the office right now and shoot an emergency report for maximum coverage on all this to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. I want to thank our amazing skeleton crew with Matt and CJ and everybody else that's up there who didn't even get a Thanksgiving or a break. And listen, they volunteered to do this because they understand they have kids. There is no future if we don't stop this. I took off basically under everybody's orders because I'm so burnt out. And I've actually got a cold this week, but just kept working. But I just can't help it, so I'm going to come in. I came in yesterday. I came in the day before, obviously. And I'm not bitching. I'm just letting folks know I'm doing this because we're in the middle of a total war, and they use Thanksgiving for everybody to go to sleep, just like they launched the Tet Offensive during the Chinese New Year in Vietnam. They're launching right now They're launching, it could be false flags this weekend, God knows what. Obama's ordered the border open. He's ordered drones to stand down on the border while surveilling us domestically. We are wide open, and I'm telling Trump, and I told Trump this last week, and I told him the week before that, and I'm going to tell him again if I get to talk to him on Monday. I'm just going to throw that out there. I may try to, I'm getting on the phone right now, that I'm telling everybody he's got to take the gloves off and go after these people. Now, I know he's not president yet, but they know, folks. I didn't want to tell everybody this, and I didn't get this from Trump, but I got it from high-level people, and I could see it in the tea leaves. Trump knows they're going to move against him if he didn't play possum and act like he was going to be friendly. But they already smelled it. They already know it. So it's just, you can't have the cake and eat it too. This country is still in a death battle. In fact, we're in a bigger one now than we ever were. Paul, I want you to comment on this and go to your guest who's holding. But obviously, breaking news, Infowars.com, spread the word. Get these videos out of this live transmission. This is absolute maximum alert, ladies and gentlemen. Maximum alert. The Democrats, through Jill Steiner funding, only recounts in states where the Democrats, to a great extent, still control the local machinery, but lost big time. You understand that? They are doing it where they still control the local government, where he basically took Democrat areas. And so this is where they're in control and can now stuff the ballot boxes and claim that Trump either stole the election or that it was all a mistake. But the tell is they're not doing this in any battleground states or blue states that Hillary narrowly won, where we know she clearly stole it. This is a maximum red alert. They mean business. They mean to overthrow our country. They've got terrorist forces standing by, jihadis, communists, scumbag, Black Lives Matter, brainwashed race groups. This is a war. This is not a radio show. This is an emergency transmission. Now back to Paul Watson in London, England.
Okay, there goes Alex Jones. And actually what's interesting is he mentioned WikiLeaks. We had a thing, a few months ago now, where there was some confusion whether Roger Stone was in contact with WikiLeaks. The mainstream media freaked out about it a little bit. Well, Assange has gone somewhat under the radar. A bunch of people on the internet think that he's dead. I don't believe that for a second. In fact, they sent out a kind of coded message in a Bitcoin payment saying that everything was fine. What I do know for a fact is that WikiLeaks contacted me directly 3 days ago, wanting to discuss something, I don't know what, and I wouldn't mention it, apart from the fact that they haven't got back to me since. 3 days later, complete radio silence from WikiLeaks. According to some people, Assange is the main person in control of that Twitter account, their official Twitter account on which they contacted me. And, you know, the lines of communication are open, but they contacted me and then went completely radio silent, nothing for the past 3 days. So Assange has gone under the radar. Maybe there's something going on there. Maybe there isn't. But there are a lot of questions swirling about WikiLeaks as this Pizzagate scandal continues to deepen, which we're going to go to talk about in a little while.
I want to thank the listeners and viewers of InfoWars. We've changed the world. Even mainstream media admits that we're bigger than CNN. We're as big as Fox. We're bigger than the BBC, on Quantcast, you name it. I want to thank you all for your support. And on this Thanksgiving and this Black Friday that's coming up, we're going to extend free shipping store-wide to people specifically that have the promo code FREE. Some of the specials are as high as 50% on incredibly high-quality products like Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver. That's 50% off and free shipping. That is a loss leader at InfoWarsStore.com. Trump is My President shirt is about to sell out. It's limited edition. It is for sale at cost, $9.95, shipping included. All you have to do is put in promo code FREE at checkout to get free shipping on top of discounts up to 50% off store-wide at InfoWarsStore.com. You can also call toll-free 888-253-3139. But for myself, the InfoWars family, and everybody else in this fight, I want to salute and thank all of you for your support. Whatever you do, keep spreading the articles, the videos to everybody you know. It is absolutely devastating the globalists because we're on the march and the frickin' empire is on the run.